Good evening from New York. Not merely spreading lies, but convincing a dissatisfied portion of the population to believe their propaganda and to act out in anger. Our fifth story on the countdown. When Hamas does it or Hezbollah does it, it is called terrorism. Why should Republican lawmakers and the AstroTurf groups organizing on behalf of the healthcare industry be viewed any differently? Especially now that far too many Tea Party protesters are comparing President Obama and healthcare reform to Hitler and the Holocaust. And when a former Republican vice presidential candidate actually says out loud that the reform bill will create a death panel with the authority to kill her children. The grassroots groups may be fake, but the anger of the Americans lashing out at healthcare events across the country now dangerously real. The Tampa town hall featuring Congresswoman Kathy Castor yesterday, more closely resembling a WWE night than a policy discussion. The protesters not interested in hearing any voices other than their own. Outside that town hall, echoes of McCain-Palin rallies of the last year, including a cry of Heil Hitler. In Detroit, the president mocked by some as Hitler. The signs doing the talking outside the meeting held by Congressman John Dingell. In Denver, a young man from Wasilla, Alaska, coincidentally enough, wearing a T-shirt that said, "Hitler gave great speeches too," picketing the town hall event held by Speaker Pelosi. In St. Louis, 6 people arrested last night outside the town hall held by Congressman Russ Carnahan. 2 for assault, 1 for resisting arrest, 3 for disturbing the peace. The protesters yelling about political oppression after not having been allowed inside, the doors of the venue having been closed once it had reached capacity because of what we call the fire code. As we know, the anger and the ideas of the Tea Party protesters did not form organically nor spontaneously. Outside Congressman Chris Murphy's town hall meeting in Connecticut, nothing up his sleeve. That guy not even bothering to hide his apparent affiliation with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. Actually not bright enough to wear a different shirt to the rally. At the town hall yesterday held by Steve Kagan, the congressman in Kewanee, Wisconsin, that reported protester, Heather Blish, introduced herself as just a mom from a few blocks away, claiming not to be affiliated with the, say, Republican Party.
No, I was not influenced. I'm not a member of the Republican Party. I have not paid my dues to the Republican Party for 2 years. I left the party.
Except the LinkedIn page for Heather Blish reveals that she was vice chair of the Republican Party in Kewanee County until last year. She also worked on the campaign of the Republican who ran against that Congressman, Kagan, last fall. That the health care bill would purportedly mandate the euthanasia of America's elderly, one of the most pernicious lies now taking hold. At a bus tour event in Pueblo, Colorado last night, organized by the corporate lobbying group Americans for Prosperity, a speaker from that group among those disseminating the euthanasia lie before comparing Democratic health care reform to some of the most despotic regimes in world history.
Stalin in the 1920s issued about 20 million end-of-life orders for his fellow Russians. Pol Pot did it during the Vietnam War. He issued about 2 million end-of-life orders. It's being done in Africa today. Mugabe is doing it every day. Adolf Hitler issued 6 million end-of-life orders. He called his program the final solution. I kind of wonder what we're going to call ours.
And I kind of wonder if you're a meth addict.